going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Today is day number 29, maybe 30. I've kind of lost track. It's either 29 or 30 of Trading to Glory, where we start from 0 coins. We buy no FIFA points. We play no games, just trading in squad building challenges, and we see how many coins we can get up to. Hopefully hitting 2 mil before World Cup mode. Right now, we've got quite a few investments that I gotta catch you guys up with. I explained why I was making these investments in the last episode, so if you want a more in-depth analysis on why I bought these cards, check out the previous episode. I bought Ferreira, Smolov, Hurtado, Dost, Hurtado, Ferreira, Yakanbash, Smolov, Das, Ferreira, Hurtado, Das, Gregrich, and Smolov. Got the Gregrich there for 47.5 a minute ago on bid. So I picked up all these cards because on Sunday we're having the Calcio and Ligue 1 squad building challenges. Now, I discussed with Nick Run the Foot Market kind of what are we expecting for the rating requirements. He talked about it in his stream. He was saying maybe an 84 rating for Calcio and then an 82 for Ligue 1. I'm thinking more in the middle. I'm thinking 83 for both of them because you got to understand that Ligue 1 has Neymar in that squad. They can't make it 82 rating with a Neymar in there, in my opinion. I think they'll make it 83 because, you know, you do have the Neymars, the Cavani's, the Mbappe's, the big cards, but then you've also got some of the probably lower rated like Gregrich and Nick Pope that we saw in Bundesliga and Premier League. We've also got some information on the World Cup mode that we're going to be discussing in this episode, and we're going to go ahead and talk about Bundesliga Team of the Season cards as well. So let's go and start with that. We've looked at Hradecki in previous episodes, but we've never seen him this low in price. The reason he's this low is, one, Rest of World TOTS came out yesterday. They're cheaper than the Bundesliga Team of the Season. So Rest of World Team of the Season, they're about 50,000 coins right now. You got Jahan Bash, you got Aviles, Hurtado, you've got Maicon, you've got all those guys. They're very, very cheap. The only ones that aren't 50k are like Brahimi and Giannini, and they're like 55 to 60,000 coins, so they're pretty cheap as well. So you don't really need Hradecki to do any of the squad building challenges for Bundesliga, and he's dropped in price due to that. Now that that SBC is done, there's even less demand, plus Weekend League rewards came out. A lot of people pack Team of the Seasons in those. Hradecki's dropping even more. He's not the only one. You've got Gregrich, you've got Pavlenka, and you've even got Nils Peterson, who's actually quite cheap as well. And we talked about him in the previous episode too. So right now, Gregrich is one of the cheapest Team of the Seasons in the game. If you guys go ahead and take a look at his price right now, he's about 49,000 coins, which is pretty cheap. He's about as cheap as the players like Jahan Bash and Maicon. He's about the same price right now. Plus, he is in Bundesliga, but you do have to understand he's only 89 rating in comparison to Jahan Bash and Maicon, who are 90 rated, and then compared to the other Team of the Seasons in this week's Rest of World, who are 91 rated, like Baz Dost and Smolov. So you do have to take that into consideration. Also, he's Austrian, so he doesn't get the greatest links, but through Bundesliga, he's going to get links. So why I think all these TOTS cards are going to go up in price from like the 49,000 coins they are right now is because we're going to have 2 SBCs on Sunday and Tuesday as opposed to 1, which we've seen in La Liga and Premier League and Bundesliga 3 weeks in a row. We've only had 1. The week before that, we did have Community TOTS and EFL Team of the Season. So we had 2 that week, but a lot of people didn't want to do EFL because it was pretty crappy. So you can kind of understand that. But this time around, there's going to be players in both leagues that people want to get. There's going to be Neymar, Cavani, Mbappe in League 1. There's going to be players like Higuain, Dybala in Calcio, probably Milinkovic-Savic, and other big cards like that. So people are going to be doing both the SBCs. There's going to be a demand for these cards. Not everybody has an untradeable card they want to recycle. In fact, on my other account, my main account that we kind of just mess around on with these packs, I don't have a non-tradable card yet for the SBC. I'd have to go out and buy them, and I'm not alone in that bunch. Most people actually will need to buy at least one of the 2 Team of the Season cards coming this Sunday. So that's going to cause these cards to go up in price. And then after Sunday, we're going to see Tuesday, we're going to need it again. So unless people pack the crappiest Team of the Season in both Team of the Seasons, they're going to need to buy one of the TOTS cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these cards right now. It's Thursday. I'm going to hold them until Tuesday because I know that's when they're going to be the highest. So Tuesday is going to be sell day for me. Maybe Monday night if they look good enough to sell, but Tuesday overall is probably going to be what I'm looking at. So let's take a look at Nils Peterson. I did mention him a minute ago. Nils Peterson He's more of a longer-term investment. Not looking for Tuesday. We're looking for probably the Tuesday after this Tuesday to sell Nils Peterson. The reason behind that is because we're expecting the Ultimate Team of the Season to come out the week after Calcio out in League 1. The Ultimate Team of the Season is essentially where we get all of the best Team of the Seasons in one TOTS. We're going to have the De Bruyne, the De Gea, we're going to have Ronaldo and Messi, we're going to have Neymar, we're going to have everybody that's good in that one Team of the Season. Are they going to do a Team of the Season SBC? We don't know yet. But if they do, it'll probably require 2 Team of the Seasons and like an 87 or 88 rating. It'll be something ridiculous like that because all the cards that you get are great. So it kind of makes sense. But if they don't do that, I can pretty much guarantee they'll do something in replacement of that. Similar to what they did last year, where they did a Team of the Season SBC where it was tradable, and you could get any Team of the Season throughout the entire Team of the Season, where you submitted 2 Team of the Season cards, and you needed like an 83 or 84 rating in the SBC. They'll probably do something like that if they don't do a Team of the Season SBC for the Ultimate EA Team of the Season. So that kind of makes sense on why Peterson would be good, because he is 94 rated, and he's German. He gets the links through Bundesliga. He's a very good card for links, plus he's this cheap. So if you needed an 87 or 88 rating with a couple Team of the Seasons, Peterson is like the first shout for that, because he makes it so that you don't have to use so many 86 and 87s. You can use some 84s and 85s and actually make the SBC cheaper. I think a lot of people will go that route. Now, it's obviously looking a little bit ahead. It could be risky because they might not do an SBC that requires, well, that's a really good deal. Oh, man, 60K would have been great. They might not do an 87 rated. They might only do the 83 rated with 2 Team of the Seasons, where they can get one from out the entire Team of the Season. But they might. They might. So it's not too risky given the fact that we're expecting these TOTS cards to rise anyways. So I think that it'd be a solid long-term investment. Obviously, I don't have any yet. I wish I would have had that one for 60,000 coins. But yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the new information for the World Cup mode. Now, EA Corey tweeted this out. He's the community manager right now along with EA Zaro. And he basically tweeted out a bunch of different info for the World Cup mode, the World Cup update that we are getting. So he tweeted out first, completing a match in any of the tournament modes, single player or online, will grant the user one-time single pack. It contains a one World Cup player regardless of the match result. That's the same as last time. That's the same as FIFA 14. You get one player for playing one match. That's how it was. In addition to this, advancing past the group stage of the tournament modes will grant the user an additional coin and pack reward. That is different. So if you get to the knockout stages, you get a reward. I'm sure if you get farther into the tournament, you get more reward, even if you don't win it, which will make it a lot more worth actually playing, because I know that in the past, in FIFA 14 or in any of the tournaments that we have, you get to the finals and you lose and you get nothing, which is really, really a buzzkill. And I think that they know that, and they're going to change it for the World Cup mode. So there is going to be a draft mode in the World Cup mode, which will work very similarly to what we see in Ultimate Team. So that draft mode, the more wins you get, the better reward. It's the same thing essentially, but World Cup mode this time. Draft tokens are a consumable that is in a shared wallet for both normal modes and World Cup. So it's probably going to cost 15,000 coins to do a draft, also in World Cup mode, but you can also use the same draft tokens as well. There's going to be new face scans. I don't really care about that, but that's kind of the new info that we're getting for the World Cup mode. Also, you're going to see 100, what was it? I saw this somewhere. You're going to see 100 transfer list spots for your duplicates. So if you remember last time you packed duplicates, you had to discard them, even if you packed Messi or Ronaldo. I had to do that a couple times. It's pretty devastating. You get some transfer list spots for them. I don't know what those transfer list spots mean, given the fact that there's no transfer market on World Cup mode, but you will have those slots where you can send your duplicates. So I'm not sure what use those are going to have, but I'm sure that it's not going to be just a spot where you can look at your duplicates. So they've got to do something with that. I don't have that information yet. I'll get it to you guys whenever I can. But that's going to basically be it for this episode. I thought I'd update you guys on basically the fact that it's a great time to buy these Team of the Season cards. Why I'm thinking about buying some of those players like Nils Peterson, Kuradecki, Gregoritsch, long term. and then also picking up these guys because they're going to rise on Sunday. You need 2 Team of the Seasons most likely, and on Tuesday, that's 4 Team of the Seasons in 3 days of SBCs. So that's going to cause a rise in price. There's no way they can get lower in price after those SBCs. So I'm going to hold till Tuesday. Hopefully you guys have been helped by this video. If you have, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like if it did help you out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.